Hello, everybody. John Foster, Talking Tennis with John Foster. I have a special guest, Sammy Giamalda. We've been talking a little bit this morning about his beautiful club and about his career. You can check that out in some other segments that we've done. And now we're going to talk about ambidextrous tennis. And I've talked with a few pros, actually. I was just talking about Thomas Blake. I've talked to him. And that's one reason why I go out and I want to interview top tennis players like Sammy. Got the 28 in the world. He knows tennis. He's got a beautiful club. He works with top juniors. He loves it like I do. And what I want to do is educate everybody on what I'm doing and why it's important. And I have my own format right now kind of doing that. What's your, I know, did you ever play Luke Jensen?
Sure, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever played him, but I practiced. He kind of was a little younger, but kind of a good friend, and he's kind of a fun guy.
I've been reaching out to him. I'm hoping to hear from him sometime because I'd say it's not really going to catch on with the USTA playing ambidextrous until I get a player that's number one, somebody that's really winning with it.
Right. Yeah.
So ambidextrous tennis. Let's get into this. The main reason why I think it's very important, let's say you have kids that start at 6, 7 years old and they play for 3 or 4 years.
Right.
I started late, and Sammy and I were talking this at 15, so I don't have bigger bones.
Right.
I have bigger muscles.
Right.
But a kid at 7 years old, they're growing. If they play till they're 11 with their right hand or left hand, they are going to be aesthetically, let me say it this way, imbalanced their whole life because their bones will be bigger.
Right.
So now if you're training athletes, my main thing is to train them both ways because one, left brain, right brain, and I'm not the one that invented that. I've worked with doctors that tell me that it's important. I've always noticed that if I train them with the left side, when they come back to the right side, they're better when they're young like that. And I want their body to be developed evenly. So that's my main thing on it. And not only that, but they can be very good lefty. People don't know this. We know this, and a lot of people don't know it, but a lot of people do. Nadal is right-handed. He plays left-handed. His uncle taught him left. It can be done. You don't need to play your side to be a champ. I think Nadal won a couple tournaments. Isn't he kind of good, Nadal?
Yeah, he's pretty good player.
He's pretty good. Well, he's playing with the hand that's non-dominant, Sammy.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything to prove or to, it's proven that you can do it. Now, how about if Nadal could serve right-handed and left-handed? Why shouldn't he? Do you think that Nadal would be a more dominant force? I mean, it's hard to be more, but
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't thought, John, about that. I do know, though, that there would be some advantages to having your body balance. So I know, like for me playing from the right side, I have my back on the right side is I have a lot of scar tissue. There's a lot of stress fractures that kids do. My son went through a stress fracture, and a couple other kids do stress fracture from just doing the one side for the kick serve. So you got to be careful on the kick serve.
I don't even teach the kick serve till later.
Yeah, right. So, we don't either.
Limited.
But we learned. So because before I would work with it.
Right.
So there's I see what you're for the health, and it does seem like they could learn. I don't know if that's a better way of developing. I don't know. I think until we test it or whatever. But
So I'm working on that, and then I have the proof on camera. We got to put something together, and it's going to be out there soon. You'll see. I mean, I have them playing left 6, 7-year-olds. I have a couple people. I've lost a couple people too, and it's a shame. And I also teach all my kids also hit a one-handed backhand and a two. So it's situational. It's not, I have a one-hander or two.
Right.
Maybe on clay courts, you might play more one-handed, and on hard courts, you hit more two.
I like some kids come out and when they're younger, they use two hands on both sides.
Right.
And I think when they do that, they start rotating better doing that.
Right.
And then so when they come back and they switch to one hand, so that's not it's not a bad pathway to go.
I have them volleying too, Sammy, with both hands, one hand. So they can do both, two hands, one hand. So they're volleying both overheads, but making an athlete. All about keeping the body.
Right.
And I'm going to get more into that. I'm having the kids measure their arms now, and I'm going to compare it to other kids that have played 2 or 3 years, and we're going to have stats out for people soon. So, well, thank you, Sammy, for talking about this with me. And
thank you.
look forward to maybe another
Okay.
conversation
Okay,
somewhere
thank
down
you,
the road.
John.
Thank you, Sammy.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.